Tell you what, let's make this interesting, okay?
Okay.
The shirtless tiebreaker.
Let's do it.
Okay. Oh, you know what? That won't work because we got our phones on.
You just gotta clip it on the nipple, man.
How about like just clip it on the neck skin?
Oh, why?
That's not how I wanted to start.
Oh my gosh, just hit through it.
Yeah. Shot. So I gotta go with the momentum player right now, since either way this is gonna be done in like 10 minutes.
That's right on the line. Yep, shot.
Okay, nice point from Chris. That's the first like start to finish solid looking point from Chris in the last 5 or 10 minutes.
See, that's not good. That's not a good start there. That's me playing kind of neutral. I got to attack.
If Chris all of a sudden gets all his consistency back, at that point I would put the advantage back on Chris again. Yeah. So
boy.
man, wow. If this flips back over the other way, it's gonna be really interesting.
Bad start. Take it to him. Take it to him. Come on.
Oh, why?
It's not how I wanted to start.
One mini break, it's not a huge deal, but Scott's got to tighten things up here in a hurry.
Well, deep.
10 points is not a small number of points, but tiebreakers have a way of just moving real fast when you don't have the momentum.
Nope.
Oh my gosh, just hit through it.
Chris has missed so few of those over the course of the match. That's a almost
Nice serve.
perfect neutralizing shot. Good serve from Scott. All right, Scott just needs one of these now, and we're back to even. Still got the hand cramp going. Wow, that's an aggressive play. That's a good ball. Surprised Scott let that go.
All right, let's get this one right here. No.
Shot.
It's kind of a mistimed swing from Scott there. He still hasn't found his bearings. Wow, mistimed Scott from Chris too.
What are you missing that for?
Weird. I don't know if it's the shadows like creeping onto the court at this point, or I think I just decided that I just don't like this court.
Drive through it, not up.
I don't know, it just doesn't seem to play the way that it's supposed to play. It doesn't seem like it's even consistent in the way that it bounces. I think I've seen enough other players struggling with it at this point that I'm ready to blame the court.
Oof. Oh man, I hate that.
I feel like Chris at this point just kind of has to go back to like set one Chris and just be solid. Doesn't really have to hit anything extraordinary. If he's gonna win it, come up with some just incredible shots, especially with the hand cramping.
No.
Yeah, I think Scott's just in a tough spot right now physically.
Little blips.
Yeah, I think Scott's hand is tightening up. It just looks like he's kind of steering the racket a little bit. Wow, that's big.
Gotta hit it.
Jeez, I'm hitting down on the ball. No lift.
Scott's just going for it. Some really smart play from Gibbs here. Yeah, I don't think Scott. Yeah, smart of Scott to come in. He does not want long points right now.
Hitting such garbage. Good shot. I thought you were gonna go high and you hit low.
All I know is I'm scared to swing at anything right now.
For the record, it's not you that hits garbage, it's me.
You guys are both assholes. Scott's a really tough spot right now. He's gonna have to come up with some legendary stuff. Oh, that's good.
Yeah, that's too good.
Shot.
That's good placement.
Boy, I needed that one. Needed that one. No. Hit. You gotta make that. You gotta make that. Live or die right there. Karate Kid time.
Wherever the chips fall like that, it's just kind of the way it is at this point.
Gotta make that. Yep.
It's good serving from Chris. I got a triple match point. Oh,
yeah.
No.
Good play, man.
Good match. But
nice shots.
let's do it again.
Yeah, let's do it.
That was a lot of fun.
Play indoors next time.
Oh yeah, we'll play indoors.
You know, I put up a fight. say that. But that just wasn't my day. I don't know. Every time I tacked, he'd come up with some up lob. Another sobering episode of I'm getting old.
I mean, a breaker can go either way. It just came down to him making a few more errors at the end. I just was fortunate, you know, that he started slow and never really found that consistent level.
Hey everybody, welcome to the post-match interview. First of all, always like to say thank you to the opponents today. Good fight, both of you. A lot of momentum shifts back and forth.
Yeah.
I want to start off by just generally asking, how did you both feel about the conditions today? Like, however you want to take that, court, sun, like, what did the conditions feel like to you?
Overall, these courts have a lot of, there's certain spots where the ball just slides, and there's, as we talked about before, certain spots where it slides and certain spots where it really grips. So it was, you know, you never know what you're going to get as far as the bounce goes. But as far as just the overall weather conditions, I mean, it's perfect tennis weather. It's feels like 85 on the court. It's kind of hot, but there's like almost no wind. The wind wasn't even a factor in that match. I didn't even think about side to side where it was blowing. I guess there was a little wind for a while, but I mean, it died down in the second set. So.
Conditions?
Weather, fine. I don't mind playing in the heat. You know, I'm not averse to it. I'm in it a lot. But court's a little slower, and it really augmented Chris's topspin. Chris has a lot of spin, not just topspin, but you know, side spin. His returns were just kind of googly and screwballish, and I mean, just really effective. I mean, again, I'm no disrespect. You know, he had a good game plan, and it was stymieing me. You saw, you know, the first set there, and you know, truthfully, I think I lost that set after the first point. You know, it just my head was gone after the tweener. You know.
So sticking on that, just a little bit. I don't mean to belabor the point, but Scott, in the first set in particular, it looked. I made the comment to Mark, you looked the way I felt in the first set against Chris a week or two ago. Yeah. Do you feel like it was more the court or Chris?
No, credit to Chris. You know, we both are playing on the same court, you know, and he clearly had a better, you know, grasp of how to play me on it. You know, I think that he did his homework, and, you know, really slowing the ball down and getting it to be more vertical than horizontal was, you know, to his benefit. You know, that, you know, hitting a lot of slice and making me get under it and lift it up. And I hit a lot of long balls, a lot of wide balls, and I was getting frustrated. I mean,
it looked to me like you were kind of searching for like your spacing and your timing a little bit.
Yeah, for sure, because, you know, not only was his spin just somehow finding, you see that area right over there with, you know, just past that kitchen mark or whatever that is. Okay, that, I mean,
where the scuff marks are.
Yeah, all his balls were landing between the baseline and that, and they were all going about 35 miles an hour and dropping like, you know, like satellites.
Like,
just, and I was like, what the heck do I have to do to get the ball I want? You know, and it just seemed like he was just not giving me the ball I wanted, and the score kind of reflected my frustration. That and the, you know, scratch on my racket, you know. The racket's not broken, okay? And if you're out there, kids, you know, do as I say, not as I do. Don't throw your racket.
Stay in school, kids. Don't throw your rackets.
Drink your drugs. Don't do milk.
That's gotta be right. What's that referencing? It's gotta be. Or did you just come up with that?
I don't know.
Okay. On the flip side, in the commentary booth, Chris, we felt like it was about the cleanest set of tennis that you possibly could have played in the first set, in particular.
Oh God, yeah.
Like, I can only think of like 2 or 3 like miscue type of points or shots. Did it feel that way to you, or did it feel like business as usual in the first set?
Well, the entire match, I thought I played really passive, and that first set especially, I kept saying in the confessional, you know, I'm just gonna start by making you do something, because you know, you have all the college experience and a few years on me. You know, you've played a lot more tennis in your lifetime, and I know what type of game you wanted to play.
Yeah.
So my goal was to throw you off with all sorts of different things, especially, you know, trying to slice low a little bit, make you bend your knees on those, and then my main goal was to keep you off the net. But as far as that first set, yeah, I mean,
what do you attribute to lack of errors? Like errors in particular, in my opinion. Like you just gave him almost nothing in the first set.
Well, so I expected errors. I expected to get something.
Something,
from
yeah.
And I got
really
nothing.
Didn't. Yeah.
I got just line, you know, 2 inches from the line, left and right, and I thought, you know, I mean,
So
did it feel like a normal set to you, or is it just?
It felt like I played pretty clean. It really came down to, you know, some of those points. You know, I lost a 40 love game in the second set. There were, I want to say, 2 40-30 games in the first set where I had to come up, like I hit one pass that way.
Yep.
I know there was another one I hit wide that dropped in, but I executed when I needed to, and that's why the set showed where it was.
It was an impressive
like
set.
It was.
Shots I needed.
It was.
Dropped, so
Every successful attack I had, you kind of thwarted with like a really impressive shot. Like I hit some shots right at your feet that you just kind of half volley lobbed over my head, and I was like, you know, what the hell? You know,
yeah, I was feeling it, I guess.
I think that if you could probably make a supercut of all my what the hell, what the, you know, what the whatever, you know, it's like say what one more time, you know.
Yeah. Nice. Okay, Scott, I totally expect you to just take the high road on this question, because you're a gentleman and a competitor. But you obviously were dealing with some physical challenges today between the hand. Yeah. It looked like you had a little bit of a limp going too, like for part of the second set. Were you having some challenges?
I'm just sore, you know. I mean, like it's high season where I work, and I'm on the court all day, and you know I got a little bit of maybe a little bit of plantar fasciitis in my left foot. I mean, just a little. It's not, you know, that you can run through it and all that. You know, but I'm old, and I'm a little broken down, and you know you got to deal with that. I mean, Chris is not at 100% either. I'm sure that we're all dealing with something, and you know those are just hollow excuses. It's like if you can't overcome what you're dealing with on any given day, you're not really a tennis player.
Not cut out for this.
If you're not ready to work through adversity and kind of dig deep and find a way, you know, and play through pain or whatever, you know, you probably should be playing pickleball.
Ouch.
Okay.
Shots fired.
Doubles.
Take that,
Shots
Willie.
fired.
Okay. But I mean, no. I once the point started, I'm fine. Okay. I'm in the moment, and then afterwards, I'm like, geez, I'm kind of sore. And then on the changeovers, I'm sitting down with my head down, thinking like, okay, got to recharge. You know, it's just your battery. Nothing else than that. It's, you know, that I pride myself on being able to finish matches. You know. And that's, you know, pain is part of the match.
Chris, I gotta imagine that, I don't mean any disrespect to either of you, but I gotta imagine this is a big win for you. Like this is like against Scott, like this is a big W.
Now you guys picked him as the underdog, right?
I did. Yeah, I did. Yeah. Transparency.
What was the score prediction?
Pre-match, I picked Scott 3-2. Mark called it closer. Mark called it 4-3 or 5-4
or something.
But straights. We both called it straights.
3-2. You didn't have a lot of faith in me.
well, I mean, consider the games that I was winning, like where I was hitting my forehand. I mean, I felt pretty dominant there, and if I have my druthers, you know, that's how I'd play the whole time. And you know, to your credit, you didn't let me, but that's what was expected. Is that you would hit balls into my wheelhouse, and I would attack.
That's tug of war, yeah.
And that's actually I mentioned that too. I saw glimpses of that when you were just attacking my second serve.
Yeah.
I kept
trying
to
the second set.
Yeah, I was trying to throw a different spin on it, and it just wasn't working. I mean, there were a number of times where I was up the break, and it was like, okay, 4-3, 3-2. You know, I have the match in my racket if I could just hold a couple times. No, you found the return. I couldn't get any free points. And yeah, I mean, when I'm getting second serve, when I'm hitting second serves and getting winners hit on them, it feels bad. Yeah. It feels bad to just watch you hit it.
But that's my MO. I mean, look at my other matches. Yeah. That's what I try to do. You know?
And it just made, you know, when that happens, it is demoralizing to the other player. Yeah. So the credit to you for stepping up and going for those in big moments. Yeah. Even in the super, I mean, key points, you were just swinging for the fences.
Well, it was working. It was working up to that point. You know, it's you know, there's a risk versus reward aspect to it, and you know, that it worked in the end of the second set, and not quite as much in the breaker. So,
give us a peek inside your mindset going into the tiebreaker, because I gotta imagine, like, you know, it was weighing on you at least a little bit, like mentally. That's a big couple of points, you know, that you're heading into there. What were you thinking?
I just wanted a beer, to be honest. I still want a beer. I'll go get a beer later.
We'll go get you a beer. Put it on my tab.
Yeah. First of all, I didn't know whether we were playing a super or a third set or best of 5 or whatnot. So
best of 5.
Yeah, Mark shut that one down. You know, and then when I found out we were playing a breaker, it's just okay. Like, I'm just gonna try to play this like It's any other. You have to play it just like it's any other part of the match.
Right,
It is such a quick, I mean, and it can go either way.
It goes so fast.
The one thing you have to stop yourself from doing is overthinking and just blowing easy points.
Yeah.
Just, and I was blowing, you know, a few forehands that I kind of spun and did nothing with, you know, got tentative, but you can't get tentative. That's the goal.
But I think getting up 3-0 probably was a sort of like an eye opener for you. Like, well, you know what? This is he's feeling the same thing as I'm feeling right now.
I honestly thought, especially lately, the way supers have gone for me, I've been on a little bit of a losing streak, so I fully expected to go down like 4-0.
Glad to be a slump buster.
and then you brought it back to what, 5-6?
5-6,
It was
yeah.
with a mini break, yeah.
Yep. And then I then 7-6, and I was fortunate enough to get a couple points.
Yeah.
All right, final thoughts, guys. Anything looking back you do different?
Oh, I'd win. But I do different. But I mean, that's easier said than done, right? I mean, it's a hard hill to climb. I would, I mean, you know, again, I would probably try to be a little more aggressive playing. I thought, you know, that attacking, you know, throwing myself into attacking was a better play than trying to go, you know, spin for spin with you, you know, especially on the headwind side. You know, when you had the headwind, boy, your top spin was just giving me fits. So I think I would probably try to keep you from you know, taking free swings and maybe trying to get to the net on tougher shots, you know. But you wouldn't let me today, so you know, easier said than done.
I say this every time, but I got to start hitting my backhand.
You hit a couple.
A couple, yeah. And then the higher ones, like approaches, feel okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, once you start attacking, you know, I just need to. I mean, I wanted to get a forehand. But you didn't give me a lot of forehands. You did a good job of
trying to keep the backhand after the first set, yeah.
And I was trying to do a similar thing to you, and you were running around a number of them.
Yeah.
But yeah, probably play more aggressive as well.
All right, any final thoughts, guys?
Next time we play, we'll play more aggressively. How about that?
Yeah. Sounds good.
Final thought is, you know, it's good to be back on the channel. You know, it's been a while since I played a match.
What was your last match?
The last match I think was Joey. I think.
Okay. Yeah.
It's been 6
months or so.
Yeah. And so I'm on a bit of a losing streak these days, but you know,
Who do you want next?
Who do I want next? I don't know. I'm trying to think. Who's the oldest person willing to come on? You know, I want somebody older than me. I want to look young for a change. You know.
I think you're doing pretty good.
All right. Well,
speaking as one with their shirt on.
Let me get back to you on that one.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Let me know.
I'll say something in the comments. Okay. I'll say something.
Final
in the
thoughts,
comments.
Chris?
Oh wow, put me on the spot here. Yeah. I just thought that I need to play more aggressive, and I thought we had a really good battle out there.
Yeah, oh, for sure.
Yeah, win's a win, man.
And we definitely got to do it more often because that was a lot of fun.
No, we'll play more. That's the first of many, I think.
Yeah.
And oh, one more thought. Nice shoes.
Yeah, nice shoes.
Yours are okay.
I thought we were going to make a bet. The loser had to burn their shoes.
Ooh.
Well, we didn't make that bet.
Right now, mine are probably flammable.
There's some need some flint, like some sparks.
There's some summer methane in there.
All right. Well, big thank you to the sponsors. Thank you to Go Sport and to Diadem. Really appreciate your support a lot. Thank you to channel members for supporting the channel.
Yeah. Thanks for watching.
Yeah. Thank you to Scott and Chris. Thanks, everybody. We'll catch you in the next match.
Let's get that beer. I'm good for 1 or 3.